Hey guys, what's going on? It's Berto Flows here with another video for you. This one's a little bit different than the other ones. This is going to be about a climbing shoe review. So I have two shoes to review. The first one I'm going to start off with is the Sportiva Python. I've had this shoe now for about 2 weeks. And overall, this is a very comfortable shoe for me to wear because I've fitted a little bit bigger. For those of you who don't know, when you go to fit climbing shoes, generally you want to fit them a lot tighter than what your normal shoe size is, because that way your toes are going to be more curled, and that way you can put more power into your toe, which is where you want to be standing when you're on the wall. So back to these shoes. The Sportiva Python offers a very comfortable fit because of this stretchy material in it. So this shoe is going to stretch a lot as you start working in it. It's going to become more comfortable for you. The only thing that I find with these shoes is that the more that you use them, the less that it's going to be downturned. So it's going to start coming up a little bit, and this is because it's not as rigid through here. But what I do like what they've done is they have a weave that starts about here and comes down this way and wraps all the way around the heel cup and comes back down. And what that does for you is that allows you to keep your heel in this pocket, and when you put this in, it sucks itself in. That way your heel isn't going to move anywhere. Another thing that I really like about these is the toe to them. It really focuses a lot of your pressure onto your big toe, which is really good. So overall, these shoes are very good for comfort. I can wear these shoes all day, which is really good. So these shoes will run you back about $126. That's if you find them at Mech. But if you find them elsewhere and they're less than that, I definitely suggest picking them up because they're a really good shoe for the value. So once again, this is the Sportiva Python. Now we're going to move on to another shoe. This shoe is a little bit more expensive. This one's going to run you back about $153, and this is the Sportiva Solution. The nice thing about this shoe is that it's a lot more rigid in through here as opposed to the Python, and that is because they use this high-grade leather right through here, and it runs once again from about this sticker, and it runs all the way around the heel cup and back to there. And what that does is that because it's a lot higher grade leather, it makes the shoe a lot more rigid, but it still gives you the flexibility and things like that you need in a really aggressive downturned shoe. Going back to this band that runs around here, which I really like, the heel cup in this shoe, it's very good because when you put your heel in it, it really just sucks itself in, and it's not going to move. It actually creates a suction. Imagine like a big suction cup. It just goes like it just holds your heel in here. So the nice thing about this big arch that this band creates is that you can really do effective heel hooking in this shoe, which is really good for a high performance shoe to do that. The nice thing also about this shoe is that you don't have to dilly-dally with more than one strap. It has this X strap on it, which is really good because if you need to tighten the top, all you do is you just move it up this way and it tightens the top, and you can work it back and forth and then come down. So really, as opposed to most Velcro shoes, you can really customize how tight you want this shoe, and for a shoe like this I'd really suggest that you get it tight. I'd fit this one tight, so this is a tighter shoe for me, so it's not going to be as comfortable. Once again, this shoe and the other one both have the same Vibram XS grip too. Sorry, I can't really talk today. But the neat thing about this shoe is that it has a pocket right where my hand is. You can probably see the little indent. It's where the darker part is in the camera. And what that does is that way when you go to step on a rock, it really just sits in this pocket, and therefore you have more grip and more traction on the wall, which is really important obviously when you're climbing. As well, the toe is very pointed. It puts a lot of pressure on your big toe, which I've said before is very good. So running through this shoe is you have leather on the top, leather in the sole as well, and for those of you who aren't really so accustomed to climbing shoes, there really are no insoles to them. As opposed to most of your running shoes and things like that, they have like an inner sole, and if you just take that inner sole out, that's basically what the bottom of a climbing shoe looks like. So it's really tricky in these because they're smaller. But I don't know if you can see that. That isn't an insole, that's just the bottom of the shoe, and that's just leather. but it's kind of neat. They have this stretchy like microfiber cloth on the top, which gives you a little bit more comfort in through your ankle. And because it's La Sportiva, they have these two handy pull hoops to really get your foot in there tight. One thing that La Sportiva has implemented in the shoe is their P3 technology. And what that does is, because this is more rigid in here as opposed to most aggressive down turned shoe, the more that you use them, the more that they start coming up. And with these shoes, because of this technology, because of how rigid this leather is, this shoe will remain like this, the downturn, no matter how many times you resole it, no matter how many times you use it. So that's a really, really good function and feature out of a shoe, because that way you don't have to keep replacing your shoes as often. So guys, this is the La Sportiva Solution, and this was the La Sportiva Python. Go check them out, guys. They're really, really good shoes. And thank you very much for tuning in. We'll see you guys soon.